You might have heard people say things like, never go into a relationship with someone if you don't trust them in the first place. For me, this is total bull. You don't trust someone before you get to know them. Rather, you trust people as you get to know them over time. Trust is a vital part of any relationship, but it should not be blind. Blindly trusting your partner has never been advisable. The level of trust you give to someone should be directly proportional to the amount of solid evidence which you have that they would stick to their word and not break their commitment. You would be very unreasonable to trust someone just because you're in love with them and you think they're also in love with you. That's why you need to stop rushing to conclusions, but rather give your partner some time for things to naturally unfold, and then you get to see their true character. No matter how much trust you have for a person, it can never prevent them from hurting you if they really want to. I'm going to start off with the negatives of blind trust before I get to the positives. First off, blind trust can cause you to ignore or downplay important red flags. Without questioning or verifying, you might overlook warning signs of dishonesty or future betrayal. But why enter into a relationship with someone you don't trust? If that question makes sense at all, then my own question is, do most relationships grow bitter and eventually break because of lack of trust or betrayal of trust? So we should look for someone we trust, get into a relationship with them, and suddenly we have higher chances of relationship success, but you trust a pilot with your flight even though you don't know him. That's not really true. I trust a pilot because some entity has assured me that he's qualified to fly the plane. Even if the pilot was the best on earth, but none of the airlines wanted him to fly their vehicles, I wouldn't trust him. Every trust needs some sort of anchor. Secondly, trusting someone blindly discourages open communication about concerns or issues within the relationship. It barely gives you room to openly express how you feel, and so you inadvertently suppress a lot of concerns you have so that you can prove to your partner how much you trust them. Communication can never be overrated. If you feel like you have some concerns about your relationship or some reasonable insecurities, you have every right to call the attention of your partner. If they flare up, it's a clear sign that they're the one who doesn't trust you, because if they did, they would not want to manipulate you into compliance rather than taking time to understand and address your concerns. Thirdly, disregard for personal boundaries. Blind trust can really blur personal boundaries, making it challenging to maintain a sense of individual identity within the relationship. When you blindly trust everything your partner does, you rarely complain even when they cross your boundaries. You just sit there and assume that they have the best intentions towards you, but, well, in reality, they may just be intentionally disrespecting you. Letting your partner cross your boundaries without voicing your concerns has more to do with being unreasonable on your own part and insensitivity on their own part. It has absolutely nothing to do with mutual trust. So we shouldn't trust our partners? Of course we should. If you are constantly suspicious of your partner because you don't trust them, it's going to drain you mentally and emotionally because you'll never have peace. If you have dealt with your partner for some time, you should be able to predict to a reasonable extent what they can and cannot do. This should give you some level of confidence in them that they are acting in your best interest. This way you can truly appreciate them and spend more energy on growing with them. However, this doesn't mean that they cannot break their promise and commitment to you. We're human, and we do a lot of shit when things don't go the way we want. As soon as you begin to notice abnormalities, both of you should seek to address it immediately and move on with the relationship. But if it keeps coming up every now and then, it's time to push trust to one side and make sure they're not taking advantage of you just because you trust them already. So, the next time someone tries to gaslight you into blindly trusting them by using this popular phrase, if you don't trust me, why are we doing this in the first place? Here's the perfect response. I trust you. That's why I'm sharing my secret thoughts with you. If I didn't trust you, I would have kept them to myself. The fact that you're more concerned about how my thoughts make you feel, rather than us working together to address these concerns, means you're the one who doesn't trust me, and that's how you turn their own weapon against them. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe so I can keep making more content.